Hey guys, another book review here for you. This one is Currency Wars by Jim Rickards. Uh, Very good, pretty technical book. I say technical because I'm not a financial whiz or anything like that. And there's a lot of terminology in the book that is probably better suited for a more knowledgeable audience. That's not to say that it's not understandable. I didn't have any huge problem reading the book. He gets into a lot of technicals that are, they may seem a little bit too technical for some, but he does explain what he's talking about. So, in that sense, it's written for anyone to read. So, what I'm getting out of this book, though, and I'm probably 7/8 of the way done with it now, and so I feel like I can adequately review this book, is the concept that these currency wars occur in which countries will use different financial mechanisms like printing money or inflation, not just to try to handle things within the confines of a country, but also to export inflation and to gain an advantage against another country. One of the concepts being that if you debase your currency or devalue your currency, then ostensibly more money will flow into your country because it's cheaper for other people to buy your goods. So if you want to increase your exports, devalue your currency. Obviously, countries don't like when other countries do this because it gives unfair advantage to the country devaluing their currency. There's other things involved, such as the way the Keynesian approach to money printing, debt-based Ponzi economy affects other countries as well as here in the U.S. It gives you an idea of why some other countries are not too happy with us, because when you consider the fact that we've been exporting inflation to other countries for many years, it's not like people are going to sit idly by and accept this. So there's a lot more to it when you consider a global economy and how all these different currencies are relating to each other. I guess the upshot of this book is that we're definitely in some crazy times. One of the other things he mentions, in fact, he starts the book off with this. The Pentagon invited him and some other financial guys to be involved in a war game. And this war game was a little bit different than most war games in that they used financial instruments to conduct the war. And it became clear to people in the Pentagon and anyone reading this book that you can prepare your country for defensively for war and try to be resilient in your military preparations, but if your currency can become attacked, then that's just as good as firing missiles at your border. So one of the things they're trying to come to terms with is what can you do to safeguard your currency. And I don't know that they can adequately do that. With China, the emergence of China and the fact that we can not control what Russia does or what other countries do, more and more countries are starting to move away from the fiat U.S. dollar and do their trades in other forms of other currencies, marginalizing the U.S. dollar. It just kind of really is a wake-up call that the standard of living that we've enjoyed in this country as a result of having the fiat currency, the world's fiat currency, and having the ability to print as much of it as we needed to satisfy our debts, that is all looking like it's coming to an end. China is no longer going to fund our exploits. They're getting rid of more and more of their dollars, and they're buying up silver and gold. They're also buying up natural resources around the world. They're doing the things that we should be doing, but we're not. Our government seems to be leveraging up more and more, whereas China is and other countries are trying to be more fiscally responsible and get themselves prepared for, you know, a downturn. At any rate, I'm kind of probably not doing justice to this book, because a lot of this stuff is, I can understand it as it's being presented, but it's not stuff that I deal in all the time. I think it is worth the read for anyone wanting to get a little bit of a glimmer into how the powers that be are affecting the world, the global economy, and what that means to us. So it's a good book, Currency Wars by Jim Rickards. And again, I think the big upshot here is that it's a good kind of pretty in-depth look at the global economy and how different countries act to gain advantages and so forth. I'd recommend reading it. That's about all I can say. So take care. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks.